I tend to play rather odd men, people that are slightly odd or eccentric or have a more particular attitude to life. The arts community still has a long-lasting cynicism of the importance or the artistic value of comedy. Comedy is just farting about for money. I'm not a collector. I don't like the toy cupboard syndrome that causes so many good cars to evaporate. Without wanting to claim that I'm really like James Bond, I would certainly prefer to be thought of as closer to James Bond than Mr. Bean, most definitely. I would never be a television presenter. It's not something I could ever do. I'm not looking for anything other than an interesting role to play. I think in many ways Johnny English is a more believable character. I suddenly think the job of acting is a difficult one. It's not as flip, irrelevant and shallow a calling as I thought it was in the 80s. I mean, I can do it when I'm very relaxed and with good friends, then I think I can be amusing. When I was doing Mr. Bean more than I've done him in the last few years, I did strange things like appearing on chat shows in character as Mr. Bean. I would never wish to say that I've finally waved goodbye to any character, it's just that the emphasis tends to shift. I like to juggle with one ball at a time. Then I put the ball down and do nothing for extended periods of time. Mr. Bean is at his best when he is not using words, but I'm equally at home in both verbal and non-verbal expression. It's not easy to take a sitcom and turn it into a feature. I want to express myself in a different way. I have a performing inclination. I'm more critical of the films that I make than anyone else. I think you're bound to get a sense of any character that you play. It's not something you often do in comedy. Apart from the fact that your physical ability starts to decline, I also think someone in their 50s, being childlike becomes a little sad. You've got to be careful. If you're a serious actor, it's when you know you're going to die tomorrow that you really start to feel it. Look, if I'd wanted to lecture on the rights of man, I'd have gone to bed with Martin Luther. My personal problem is that I take the business of filmmaking so seriously that I find it very difficult to relax. I can be reasonably funny and light-hearted when I'm in the company of good friends, but I'm not a jokesmith. I tend to be quite serious. Marketing is what gets you noticed. I'm as poor as a church mouse that's just had an enormous tax bill on the very day his wife ran off with another mouse, taking all the cheese. I'm not a naturally funny man. I find that I can only be funny if I become someone else. No, I was only funny on stage, really. I think I was funny as a person toward my classmates when I was very young. You know, when I was a child, up to about the age of 12. I have to say that I've always believed perfectionism is more of a disease than a quality. I do try to go with the flow, but I can't let go. Nope, I don't enjoy work generally. Not because I'm lazy, it's just all so stressful and worrying. Lord, thy one-liners are as good as thy tricks. Thou art indeed an all-round family entertainer. I have always worried about things more than I should. Your services might be as useful as a barbershop on the steps of a guillotine. To be successful, you don't need beautiful face and heroic body. What you need is skillful mind and ability to perform. But generally speaking, I tend to be quiet and introspective. But I always feel that whatever I do, I could do better. I suppose it is perfectionism. Funny things tend not to happen to me. I am not a natural comic. I need to think about things a lot before I can be even remotely amusing. I consider myself more of a visual comedian than a physical one. I don't really have plans like that, move towards more dramatic acting. I don't think you should be too absolutist about what you play and what you don't play. I find his films about as funny as getting an arrow through the neck and discovering there's a gas spill tied to it. I have always regarded Mr. Bean as a timeless, ageless character, and I would rather he be remembered as a character mostly in his 30s and 40s. It's a bit disconcerting being treated like Madonna. The path of my life is strewn with cowpats from the devil's own satanic herd. I love walking in the rain because no one can see me crying.